Greetings, welcome to this tutorial on how to use LanSchool, and the environment I'm going to start out with is Windows 10, and I understand that not everyone's going to be using that. I'm also using this from a laptop, and I understand that most teachers are going to be using desktops. Should run very similar to that though once you get into the program. If you're not running the program right away, make sure you go to the Start menu or a search and type in LanSchool. Start that up. If you don't see it and you know you clicked on it, make sure you click on the System Tray extension here, and there we go. Let's close that. And I'm going to click on, there we go, get this annoying sound. Alright, so here I've got every student that's currently on right now on the network. And in particular, I can see one that I'm working with. I have a Chromebook right next to me, and this is the test student one that I'll be running throughout this demonstration. So one thing to also note is that everyone's running on channel 5. There are channels, and every teacher is assigned a channel. When I go to Administer and Preferences, I can change the channel. My assigned channel is 9, and I know every teacher is going to have their own assigned channel. When I click on OK, I'm not going to see anyone. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you how you can create your own class list, and then how to pull people into your channel. And so we're going to go back to channel 5 so we can see everyone at first. And this is kind of a good network monitor type of deal to where you can see everyone at a glance. The refresh rate is going to be contingent upon the strength of the network. You're going partly over Ethernet for the teachers' computers, but all the students are wireless, so you're going to have a mixed environment as far as latency in some cases. So currently seeing all students. We're not going to start with the top bar here. We're going to go in and change our class, or create a class list right away. I see that I've got mine set up right here in the toolbar. If you don't see your class list in the toolbar, there's an extension. Oops. If I click on the sidebar, you should see class list in there initially, and I'll show you in a little bit after the tutorial how to fix that. I'm going to click on class list here. I'm going to go to manage class lists, and from there I'm going to click on browse for students. 3 different ways that you can browse are going to be by login name, machine name, and student name. That's their Active Directory name from the server. If I don't see it right away, I'm going to click on test. There we go. And kids, you can find out from your kids, hey, what's your login? And if they tell you, it's TS3928, you do a search for that, you load it in, and you add that child to your class. And so I could add more in here. I'm just going to do the one because I only have one demo machine in front of me. But I could easily do several if I had those. So I'm going to save this list, and I kind of already cheated. It's kind of like cooking shows where they already have the turkey baked ahead of time. I've created a folder called Class Lists, and if you don't know how to do that, you right mouse click in here, go to New, Folder, and you can name it whatever you wish. Here I give this a name of Class 1. Now you can call it Period 1, Session 1, whatever you want to call it, World History, what have you, and when you get done, go ahead and click Save. Yes, I'm going to replace this. And I'm going to click on Close. Okay, so this is the part to where I can start managing, and kids come into my class, and I've already got all my classes set up. And you're going to need to see everyone. You don't really need to see everyone, but initially you would in order to add them to your class lists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my channel, channel 9. If this works right, I'm going to click on OK. I don't see anyone here, but then when I go to load my class list, I'm going to click on this and go to this drop down, load class list. I'm going to find my class and hit open. And I've pulled those kids from channel 5 into channel 9. From here you can go in and do a myriad of tasks from showing your screen to the students, from showing the student's screen to other students in the class. You can do voting. How was your test? And you can do multiple choice. And if you don't want to type in an answer, you can just say, hey, type in A for good, B for not so good, C for I totally bombed it. And when I go ahead and hit send, it shows up on my screen right now. Wait for it to refresh. There it is. And let's say I totally bombed it. I'm going to click on C. There you go. And click OK. And you can see the response right away. So, pretty good for some item analysis things. If you wanted to give a quick formative assessment, that would be a good way to do that. Snapshot, if you see some kid doing inappropriate and you want to turn it into administration, that's where you would take a quick snapshot of it. If you do that, right away it'll ask you, what do you want to name it. It just date and time stamps it. That's probably the best way to do it. And it saves it in my class lists folder. And I just hit save. And from there I can email that on to whoever needs to see that. There is no control. It's just more view. You can't really control the kid's screen, is what I've found. Messages, though, you can send a message, you can chat, you can have canned comments. I think the last 10 comments are saved automatically. I've never used the speak feature, just because I don't have a headset. And if I want to dismiss my class at the end of the session, I can. Or if I want to load another class list, it'll automatically dismiss my previous class and load the next one. Now, what happens if you forget? It was a busy lesson, the bell rings, kids walk out. When they go into their next class, if a teacher loads the class list and one of your students is in that class list, it'll dismiss them from yours and it will load them in the next teacher's. So, very cool. I've never used these features either, the compare class list, but it might be pretty handy. Big one is, when you want to capture the kid's attention, you'll, eyes to the front or delete blank, just blank the screen, and it says eyes to the front of the classroom, please. So it doesn't say it on here, but it does say it on the laptop next to me. I'm going to unblank the screen, and there we go, it's back. Web limiting is another one. Limit apps, there's really no apps, there's no true apps. That's more for like a Windows or a Mac environment. In this case, if you want to limit a quote-unquote app, you're going to limit the websites. And so you go into configure web limiting, and what I found is it's way easier to do an allow list than it is to do a block list, because kids will find their ways just about around anything. So say, you know what, you can go to these sites. Sometimes there's links within these sites or something that's embedded from another site on that site, and so you'd have to try to find out where that content is from. And so for the most part, I've got these in there, and if I enabled that, the student wouldn't be able to go to those sites. And so and that's something to where you just keep them on task, even if it's like it's not a naughty site or whatever, but it's something that you just want to keep the kids' attention and focus on, then that's what it's going to be on. So I'm going to click OK. And let's see. Good on that. So other than that, very basic. Let's get into dismissing my class. I'm going to go back to seeing basically no one, because I'm probably still on my channel. If I need to add kids, let's say I get a new kid, let's go back to preferences and change it back to channel 5. Hit OK. And I should get back all the students. And I should be able to easily find that student, add them, and then change my channel back. And then I pull them back into my channel. So very easy to do. And it doesn't take a lot of time. So with that, let's go to View, and I'm going to go to Configure Toolbar. Very quickly, I'm going to show you that if you want to move your tools around, your toolbars, buttons, you basically move them around, and let's go to, there's class list. If I want to move this over to, put in front of blank screen, there we go. So you just saw that jump around. When you're done, hit close and done. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions, my name is Chris Martin. My email address is chris.martin@k12.sd.us, and feel free to contact me, and I can get your questions answered. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.